Hey guys, it's your favorite naughty son here. Um, coming back at you with another video. I wanted to take a break from the serious academic stuff, the downfall of Western civilization and stuff. And I wanted to talk about someone very close to my heart again, and that's my Abuelita. Now my abuelita um was actually the one I'm referring to is the only one that I ever actually had a relationship with, and it was because she was really the only one that could afford to visit us here in the United States after my family migrated. And we lived with my dad, so obviously the chances of my other grandparents coming and visiting us with my dad was very little. Um, but anyway, yeah, this abuelita is the one I'm talking about when I talk about my family's uh connections to the Guatemalan upper class and upper middle class. That's who I'm talking about. Like, she was the grandparent that had those connections. Um and yeah, what can I say? When we lived with my dad, she would try to visit us every holiday season from basically a little before we got off of school um into a little after the new year. Like, I would say probably the first or second week of January. And yeah, I have really good memories of her. I have some not so good memories. I'll get to those later, but yeah, my abuelita, man, she was very Catholic and very, very strict. But I knew she cared about me. I knew she loved me. The thing that would always get me mad as a kid would be that everything to her was diabolico. Everything, bro. There was not a thing in the world which we did that wasn't in some way diabolico. If it had anything to do with modern technology, like computers and stuff like that, diabolico, it was diabolical, man. It's over. um, but like, for example, even my half brother, who was my half brother on my mom's side, so they had no relationship, but like, and my half brother was born in the very early 90s, in the middle of, or I guess during peak Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles time. And like that was diabolico. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, guys. I mean, but then I would have to remind myself that, you know, when my abuelita was a kid, TV didn't exist. Radio barely existed up to 10 years before she was born. And it's like, yeah, of course, she was gonna think that those things, like as we say, no son de Dios. They're not of God. um, so, um, Yeah, but other than that, man, she was just your standard, like, um, abuelita, basically, like, devoutly Catholic, really conservative. But you know what? I don't think I would change anything about her or love her any less, because she is really the only grandparent that I ever knew face to face. The rest stayed in Guatemala, and particularly there's this memory where every night she would do the sign of the cross on me like this, and for the final, like, return back, she would put her fingers on my lips, and I would kiss them, and she would tell me to have a good night. And um wow, you can even tell it's making me want to tear up right now, but I always remember that from her, despite all of my interests, every video game being diabolico, bro. Despite that, man, I loved her. I really did. And she also introduced me to classical music. She bought a whole bunch of her CDs. She bought a whole bunch of Spanish books, Algebra Baldor. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, and so yeah, she she really meant a lot to me, and I did get to see her in Guatemala in 2018, the first time I went. But unfortunately, after that, I didn't, and she passed away in 2020. Um, Unfortunately, but I always have the memories. I'll always remember how I was mad that she wanted to get Twilight Princess on Wii for my cousin, and apparently Link turning into a wolf wasn't considered diabolical by her anyway. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's just my abuelita. All right, see you.